Good evening, everybody. We are back with another 5 rooms in our 100 room build. Of course, this 100 rooms is dedicated to my first 100 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you all so much for joining. So I think for this one, we are going to do these 4 little ones here, and then we're going to do one big one as well, because we haven't done a big one since, I think, a couple of episodes ago. But we need to make sure that we are doing these little ones, because I've got quite a few of them in the middle, but obviously I'll try and balance out so we do big ones as well. So the first thing that I thought about doing was actually going to be like a really tiny living room, because I think that'd be really cute to have. And obviously we've got the tiny living, I think it's kit or a pack or something, so it comes with like a little bit as well of stuff that would actually work in a tiny space like that. So I'm gonna have a look at the tiny stuff first, and then we'll sort of build a color palette for the walls and the floor out of those. So obviously I can have a 3-seater. I'm tempted actually to just go with a 2-seater though, so that we can have a little coffee table like next to it, or like a side table. But I'm kind of thinking to have it like so it's small but also really cute, so something like this where it's actually got like quite a few little bits around it, and then we can have like loads of little like plants maybe and things in there. So I think let's go with this one because it's got quite a good wood color that matches a lot of the other furniture got. This is absolutely adorable. I don't know how I've never seen this little like bookcase thing before. It's saying it's a side table, but it's really tiny, but it could be a good thing to have a TV on. So I'm gonna pop that there, and then let's stick a little TV on it. So we can have like a huge TV on it as well, but I think a littler TV might look a little bit better. Then obviously we need a little side table as well to go next to this one. I think something made out of wood is probably going to be a little bit better because we've used wooden things for the other ones. This is like the same, almost the same era as that, like sort of 50s furniture, but I think it might be better if it was a little bit more like rough. Or we could go with this one that's a little bit lower down, but then we have like a lot of space on the wall. Okay, I think I'm actually going to go with this one because I think this one looks quite cute and it's quite like big, so we can still put quite a lot of stuff on it. I'm trying to work out what I want to do with this little area over here. We could put a little bookcase there, or we could put a light. I think a light might be a good option. We've got this one, which I think is amazing, that literally has like plants in it, and I'm wondering whether that might go because it's got the same like pink colors in it that I think the sofa has. Yeah, it kind of goes with the sofa. It's got the same pink on the leaves, so I'm gonna go with that light. Annoyingly, it can't fit like perfectly in the corner because it's got loads of leaves on it. But let's go ahead and pick the rest of the stuff now that we have a sort of pink and green color palette. So we need to pick our wall. Ooh, does this one look good? I feel like this is so cute. It's like really warming. I think it's especially because of that light as well. So we'll go with that. So we've got little white look like brim around the actual wallpaper. And then for our carpet, we do have this new fluffy carpet that came with the pastel set. I might use that because I think it looked really nice. Then obviously we've got all of our walls that we still need to do as well. And I could include a rug. I'll consider it in a second. I was kind of thinking this room would be more cozy. So I think you tend to have like quite a lot of pictures in a more cozy room, like especially when it's quite a small. So I think I'll try fill it with more pictures, or we could put storage up there and have the pictures be behind the sofa. That might actually work a little bit better. So we do have loads of pictures, but they're not really the ones I was kind of thinking of. I was thinking like stuff like this where they're like photographs, and then I can just grab some more that kind of like that. I guess we're going with like more brown sort of tone frame. There we go. So I just went through and added in just a bunch of any of the pictures that we have that are in brown frames, just mixed them up a little bit so they looked a little bit more chaotic. Then we need something for this little side table, so I could put a lamp. The issue is that we've picked this like massive one here, so it wouldn't really make sense to go ahead and put another lamp there, unless, what if we made it smaller and actually put it on the table itself like this? Okay, I think that looks really cool. That does open that entire space up over there for us, but I think it looks really good with that being there. Then we just need something for the table. I'm thinking just like some little books or something just sitting on the table. There we go. And then we can move on to this side. So obviously I still need something there now that I've moved that. I am thinking a bookshelf is probably a good way to go though. This really nice bookshelf, which is actually the same wood and I think goes quite well with this one. I really like that this one has like little books in it. I think it looks really good. Then obviously we've got on top of this little bookshelf, and we have, I think there's a space like inside it too. And then we've got all of this back in here. Ooh, I was just thinking, what if we put like fairy lights here? Yeah, that looks super cute. I like that. It goes really well with the cutesy other side. I wanted to make sure that I still like linked them up pretty well. Oh, these are so cute. How have I never seen these before? Like these cool little, I've seen the skateboards before, but I didn't really look at like the other colors that you've got. These ones are really cool. They'd look really cool in like a like more feminine skater room. I don't think they suit that great for this one, but they look super cool. What if we put some shelves up here actually? That might work quite well because I'm just looking and I'm like, if we put more pictures up, we've got a lot of pictures already on the other side. So would it be better if we didn't do that and just put some little shelving up? We've got some good shelf. Like we've got these ones. These ones are quite, I don't know if it has the same vibe though. It goes really well with the one next to it though. I think that this, yeah, it's kind of like a handmade kind of style. We've got like this thing, which is like huge and definitely brings that sort of pop feel to it, but I don't think it goes with the more rust kind of design that we've got on the other side. I do like this though. If I make it slightly smaller, it does fit behind it quite well as well. So let's go with that one, and then finally let's add in the decorations for the top of there and maybe some on. So I think I'm just gonna add some colorful book inside part. This like weird little like critter basket thing is like absolutely adorable, and I can never really fit it in anywhere, but I think it will fit here. If I just make it smaller, I can up like here, or I can put it on the lower one. I feel like it looks better there. Yeah, that's super cute. I like that. Okay, and then finally, obviously we've got the top bit of here, and I want to put some plants there. Ooh, we've got these, and I really like these. I include these in a lot, but I don't know if it works that high up. I think plant we look a bit better. Okay, so I ended up picking like some little flowers and then just another random little plant that's just like got quite big leaves on it. I think that looked pretty good. I like that. I don't really know if there's anything else that I can include. This wall looking a little bit plain, but there is such a thing as like overdoing it with these smaller rooms. An alternative is that we can fill them in just by dragging light cross so that it goes all the way, and that will fill in sort of empty space. And I can do the same thing on the other side. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. And then we've got our next room. For our next room, I was thinking that I'm going to do another bathroom. Let's add in our little door on this side, because I realized I did do a bathroom before, but I did it across 2 rooms, and I don't think, yeah, we haven't done like just a little bathroom yet that isn't across those 2 rooms. So let's make a tiny bathroom. So I'm actually going to base the color palette of this room entirely off of tiles just for fun. So let's pick some cool looking tiles and then go from there. I always find that it's easier sometimes to get inspiration for the color palette and like the style of the room if you pick either the walls or the floor first. I didn't do it for the last room just because I kind of already had an idea for it. So I'm thinking we go with something a bit more crazy. So what if we do like this, which is a bit mad, but let's do that. So we know that the room, I'm going to change this to white actually, and I think we'll leave that one as brown. So this room's obviously going to have blacks, blues and whites, and it's going to be quite sharp angles. So it's going to be like a bit more modern, or potentially like a bit more like, I think these are supposed to be like Victorian era tiles. So I guess it's like sort of that as well. So let's go ahead and pick our walls. So I think we've got some quite strong tiles down there. So I don't know if tiles is really where we want to go with this, or if we did, then I just feel like they don't go as well. I have a feeling like either just pure white wall or white brick is going better this. So here's pure white walls. Put that down first. Then let's have a look at what we got for brick. So obviously we could go with a bit older, but I think that those floors are clearly like very clean and new. So something newer would be better. I feel like if you pick too strong a patterned wall, then it ends up not looking that great. We've got a lot of contrasting shapes and like designs. So it would be better this if I picked a wall that is, if it was going to be white, more like this where you can't see it as much. I think a pure white wall is probably better, so let's go with that. Then obviously what I'm thinking is that we have like cabinets from one side to the next, and then we can have like a big mirror above it. I'll show you what I mean. So like, and then on the other side we can have the actual toilet and have maybe a shower or something as well. Technically you could have a toilet and like one of the showers that has a curtain, so I might do that. So for this kind of era, obviously I'm thinking like you could go with these. This is from the same pack and they look okay. But I think it would be better if we had ones that were maybe more pure white. Something like this kind of works. It's still got those sharp angles on the top. And I think it kind of matches that kind of chaotic patterning that it's got on the floor. I did want it to be a little bit more cleaner as well, so I did want it to be pure white. Then for the sink, I think we go with 2 handles. That's a really cool sink. I think it's like a bit more of a modern sink. It's a bit more like a kitchen, something like this maybe. Yeah, that works a little bit better. Then I would like a black mirror or a blue mirror to match those because we've got quite a lot of white in there already. This is like one of my favorite mirrors, but I don't think it matches the room very well. Something like this. Can we get that in black? No, it's more of like a brown. Get it in blue. I actually kind of like it in blue. I think it takes it a bit more into the modern era, but I actually think it looks really good, like with the shapes of the other room, like the rest of the room. Then do what else? So little towel, I guess. I always like to include a little towel, like just right next to the sink, so that obviously you've got like a little hand towel. Something like, I'm trying to think. This one might be a little bit better. You can pick it in that darker blue as well, so it kind of matches. Just gonna put it here. Then I'll do the decoration after. So we'll go around and do the shower and the toilet next. So obviously we're gonna need a toilet paper roll for the toilet. I'm just gonna put that that here. Then for our toilet, I'm thinking like black and white, I think might look quite good. If I can find one that's like that. This one's black and white. Yeah, that works really well. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. And then obviously, if I can find a bath with a shower curtain that works, I'll go with it. But a lot of the time, I don't really like them that much. You can't really see the bath very well. There is one though here from that literal same pack, and you can't see it very well. Hang on, if I bring the walls down, it actually matches the floor pretty perfectly, and the shower curtain isn't that distracting, which I think is the problem I have. Is like with the like this is really nice, but it's really distracting because so tall takes up like a lot of space as well. Same with like this one, but that one's way better. I like that more. Then we've got a bit obviously of wall behind here that we need to work out what we want to do there. I like to include a robe in a lot of bathrooms, but this just is too small, I think, to actually fit anything in there. This is one of my favorite things to include in a bathroom, but I don't think it's going to work in this one. It just doesn't match color palette. Yeah, it's too brown. We literally don't have anything else that is brown in this room, but that doesn't mean that we can't make something like that. So if I grab some shelf, we can find a nice little shelf that will go up there, and that should match a little bit better. We've also got this one, which I think is literally meant to be in a bathroom, but it's ugly, and it's very rare that I use that. I think I used it in my last build, but it was in like a really small corner, and it just worked a little bit better than some of the other we have. This one's quite cool, and this literally comes with the same set, so it kind of has that same vibe. I could either do one or two, but I feel like one actually works really well. And then I'm probably gonna go on to decorating. So we've got decorations. I'm gonna pick a small like white rug if I can. Yeah, just to go here for when you get out of bath. It's ugly though. Can I not get? Why is it so white? It's not white. That's not white. That's like gross off-white. Does this have a proper white? This is a better white. Get a little bit smaller. Stick it there. Oh, it's round though. I don't think the roundness fits very well. Actually, I'm not gonna put one in just because I think it's gonna ruin seeing this really nice tile that we have here. But I'm gonna add a plant up here. That looks nice. And then we've obviously got some little decorations and things to add into here. I think there's some like rolled up towels, which I really like to include in like all of my build where I'm making a bathroom. There's some like absolute dates that I include in like every bathroom that I have to make, and literally never find them though. Actually, I think I'm gonna put them on the counter opposite. We do have these. These are quite nice. I include these in a lot of the well, but I don't think they're gonna fit on this one. Okay, I found the towels, so I'm just gonna see whether they work here or not. Yeah, they look quite nice up there actually. They look really like fancy. Put it there in the middle. Now I do have a little more room for something else if I wanted something else, but we're running out of room really. And I think a lot of the other that you'll get around here are quite like big. Could have some little nail polish. I think maybe they're very small though. Does that look weird? I feel like that looks weird. Okay, I'm just gonna move this over. We'll have it here instead, and then let's shift over here, and then we need to decorate this side. What I tend to do is have one side be dedicated to things like aftershaves, body sprays, that sort of stuff, or like perfumes and things. So I'll tend to have one side be that, and then the other side have like excess towels and things. We've already got a hand towel there, and to be fair, we already have hand towels in this room, so it's not like super necessary we add more, but it might. Okay, so I've got my one side here that is just some little perfume bottles and things. Then we've got our other side here, which I could just actually put a plant there again. If I put it here or here, it's quite a big plant. It's quite a big plant, but I really like that plant. I use it in like most of my builds now. We do have these things as well, which are quite good for bats. I think it's starting to look a bit full though. I might actually just leave it like that. I think the last thing I'm going to add is just like the soap thing, which I don't know why they've made it like this, where like this is clearly meant to go here, right? But it's actually too like it's the wrong size fit there properly. So you have to like take it and guess where you think you're going to be. No, that was a really good guess. Okay, I got it first time. Crazy. So yeah, we've got the little soap dish, that little soap squirt thing there. And then I think that's pretty much it for our bathroom. I don't really want to add more because I think it looks quite good as it is. Now, originally I did have planned to do this room, these two little ones and a big one, but we have kind of not really thought ahead and done like any doors to there. So what I think I'm going to do instead is we'll do this big one and we'll do these two little ones, and then we'll just have to loop back around the two middle ones. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to like, share and subscribe. Okay, so for our next room, for this big room, I'm going to do a cinema because we recently did a cinema in my last long video if you want to check that out. It's basically really cool to do, but I wanted to do this one a bit differently. So the last one, I didn't do any platforms or anything that led us up to the next room, and I want to do that this time. Like, not to the next room, I mean, like, you know how in a cinema you've got like levels and it lets you see over the people in front of you? Well, I'm going to do platforms in this one from this side where we don't have any doors that lets you then be able to see better. The only issue is if I did them on this side, we then have the problem of you. So where's gonna obviously be the screen? I want to have the platforms not be near doors, but I want the TV not to also be near doors. So it's kind of difficult. Let's put the doors in first, then work our way from there. I think I'm going to try and do it like this. Then I guess I could have the screen here, and then we can have this as sort of being like a little hallway before you actually get to it. So let's put the big screen on this side here. So this is our big screen. It is massive. Might actually make it slightly smaller. This is a little bit of a better size though. So we put our big screen there. We then have to add in our little platform. So I was thinking, so how long is this? So we've got 4. Okay, should be fine. Then platform wise, I'm gonna just make a little platform here and then we can move it around. So I was thinking doing this amount and then we can do another one on top just here so that it's basically like depth. There you go. So it's something like this where you've got it just like slightly going up a bit. Then what I was thinking as well is that we could have little bars going across there or like rotes or something just to make it look a bit more glamorous. But first I'm gonna pick our floors and things. I'm tempted to like drag it out a little bit more, but I'll see how I feel later. So if the floors are in cinemas, you tend to just have like black lino or like something like that, I think. Or you'd have like red carpet as well going up center. So I might do that. But we'll start with the black. It's got lots of options. Black, trying to find something a little more plain. That's probably good. We'll go with this one. Very dark, pretty much exactly what I wanted. Then the walls, they tend to be like this glorious red color. So let's grab like a quite dark red. So something like this would look pretty good. That actually looks really cool. I'm going to go with that one. It's a very dark room already and it's literally got the same amount of lighting as every other big room that we've got. Then obviously we're going to need our like little section here. I wanted to do like a red rug as well that you around the roof. So let's find one of those. So I think just like this would probably be fine. The issue is it's not even because it's, well, it is even and that's the problem. It needs to be an odd sort of shape, which is why I was thinking about extending this out to here. It gives you a very narrow walkway to get through the other room, but I think it's fine just because it does allow us to do this, which gives us a really cool little walkway all the way to your seat. I do think this one might need to come out a bit, and then I could have another one as well that leads you over there. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then obviously we need our edges for our platforms here, so something dark work quite well. The only issue is it does cut into the red we've already picked. An alternative is that I take a red, which does kind of work. I think I'm going to go with this one. Then obviously as well in cinemas we have loads of little lights that tend to go all the way across the wall that obviously they go dimmer later on once the film starts. They also almost always like point upward or like something like this, basically what you get in there. I might make it slightly small though. I'm either thinking that or I'm thinking, is there anything else that worked more like what I was thinking? Because the problem is the light goes direct up, which I don't know if any of them do that. This looks a little bit better though. It looks more accurate, but the whole thing lights up, which is the problem. I want it directed upward. I don't think any of them do that. Yeah, so we'll go with those ones just because I think they look the most realistic to what you have in there normally. Then I'll just add some other little ones there. Then obviously we've got our main seating. So I've got to work out what kind of seats. So that pretty much always red as well. So that's quite, because at least we know that they have to be red. So I was also thinking as well, we could have it so that it was a line of seats up here and then obviously two seats, and then potentially seats down here, but I think it might be crowded. So obviously for the seats at the back, I have no idea really what I'm going to do to make them all line up. I think I'm going to have to go with like something like this. Reds are literally horrible. If I can find like a 3, and I don't even know because it'd be 3 and 2, so it still wouldn't really work. Or it's like the VIP section and they're just like individual opposed to a meter. That might work a little bit better. These look like what you would have in a cinema, but they don't look that comfy. This makes sense for the VIP section to have all of these just lined up right at the back. Then we'll have 2-seaters for the rest. These work quite well. They're the same sort of thing where they got black on the sides. You just have both here. Now, here's the big question of, can I is it a bit too much to come down here? Do you even see the screen? I think you potentially could. Just having a look to see if there's any like thinner, like smaller sofas that might work a bit better. Don't really think that there is. I think it's fine. We'll put them there. I always feel like they always put seats way too close to screen anyway in cinemas. Then I wanted as well on this side there to just be like a little, I don't even know what you'd call it, like handrail kind of thing just to block it off so it's a bit separate from the rest of this big section down here. I wanted it to be like rope though. I think it's something similar, or like this would work as well. Oh, here's the rope. This is kind of what I was thinking too, but I don't think it looked good. I think we've got this one as well. That's not really as secure. I think this one worked quite nice. Ooh, it's got like, what is that? It's got like some horrible split in it though where it changes. Okay, we might have to go with something else. Maybe like glass would work quite well. Hey, a glass kind of works. What is going on there? Why do none of these want to work for me today? It needs to be one that like has sections in it like that. But I don't understand why they don't continue. Why? Why is it doing? Do I need to like put a post in there? My own post in it and then just like make it smaller? It won't go smaller. I can't do that. I tell you what an alternative is that I can use a wall and just like make them slightly short. Like use like half walls. At least if I use half walls like this, then I can make them all like the same height. And it's the query of if I wanted one down here. I think, yeah, we'll do it down there. It gives it a bit more privacy. Then for our top part, we could actually do this. Does that look weird? There is a glass one as well. That looks pretty good actually. If we do that and have a dark wall, that's quite good. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, cool. Then obviously you do normally have like projector and things at the back, but obviously we've got just like a TV screen, so it's not really. I'm just trying to think of what else would actually make good. I think it might need the carpet and floor separating a little bit. So I'm gonna use just this little fence, just separate that off. Ooh, I can actually choose a different color for the inside one though now, so I could pick a red one. There we go. That looks better. I like that more. Okay, it kind of looks like it does more flow like into the rest of it rather than it being a weird bit of floor that I've sort of just added in. The only other thing I can think is maybe on the screen we add in some little curtains directly above it, but I don't know if the TV comes out a bit and that might cause problems. Oh no, it seems to work quite well. I don't know what color I'd pick though. I guess I could go like black. For some reason it's got this white edge on it. I think that this one's probably the best choice though. Did have a look at the other one, I just don't think it looks as good. So the worst seat in the house is clearly going to be this one where you're right in front of the door and you barely screen, but it's fine. Okay, and then I was thinking finally for this back wall, because we don't have a projector there, we could just add a bunch of movie posters because I think that would be really cool. It's a bit more like a the kind of cinema. We've got like all of the cool looking movie posters, like a few of them to jot around. The red ones do actually look way better, but they're not all that same kind of color palette. Those three look good. Okay, think that's probably that room done. I don't know whether there's anything like, there's not a popcorn machine or something, is there? Not that I'm aware of. Although we do have like this sort of vending machine-esque thing that you could there, that then you could still get some drinks and stuff from. I feel like that's a pretty good idea. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Then I think that's that room done. So then we have our two other smaller rooms. Okay, so then for our other rooms, I was thinking about doing a bedroom for one of them, but I was thinking about making it a bit different so that we had like a full-size bed in there, like a double bed as opposed to like a single, just to like give us a bit of a challenge because we have already made one already, but that was a bunk bed, and obviously that's much easier. So for this one, I've got to be really like cautious about where I'm putting like the doors and things. So I'm gonna put one door there, and then I'm probably gonna leave it because this room is gonna be really rammed. I think it's easier if we put the door there though. Think about doing like another really cute one. We could go with like a purple pop kind of room. So if we do this bed, I really like this bed. I think it looks so cool. The patterns on this just looks like sort of like a roller skating like floor. Then we'll build the rest of it around that bed, I guess. Something like this, quite cool for the walls. I think it matches quite well. Then I wanted like a TV right at the end of the bed so that you could still watch TV in bed. You could pick like a big one like this because we do have some of the other ones, but they actually extend out more than this one that I just picked. But I picked this one, and then we've got this one as well, but I picked this one specifically and then made it smaller. It's actually normally massive. It's normally this big, but I think it's way better to have that one on there. Then shelf wise, I was thinking about putting like quite a few shelves on this side and then having it dragged down into a wardrobe here. Do not ask me if this bed is going to be usable. I have literally no idea. I assume that it would be based on like other things that I've made similar before, but I honestly don't know. I mean, as an alternative to a wardrobe, we could actually just have all the clothes hanging, which is really cool. We've got these clothes, which are like the exact right color. So we do that. That also works. So I'm gonna go with, trying to think of a color palette because does it have white in it? It doesn't, but floor has white in it, so that kind of works. We'll go with these ones. Then I'll just add like a bunch of little ones here. That's quite far away from TV. I can all down. I think that's about right. I can add more stuff on top of it then. Then I could add in some little like set of like cupboardy bits and then obviously that on the end. That looked pretty good. Obviously, like when you're in the room, TV isn't that close to it, but if you look at it from above, it looks like it's literally like online and doesn't look as good. But let's go grab those clothes. So we have these ones that are literally the exact right color. So I'm going to use those. Then I guess like we need a flooring as well. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of want to use the pop flooring again, just because I do think it looks pretty good. We could pick a pink one for this one, just so that it matches the higher up bits of the walls there. Then I'm thinking we put like a little mat down here, and we can put some shoes there, because I do think you need a mat. You wouldn't really want to put like your shoes directly onto like a flooring like that, otherwise it would kind of ruin your floor. I'm thinking you just put a little rug there, then we can go in and grab our shoe. There's obviously like the shoe racks, but I think this one works a little bit better. Then with some shoes that kind of match that color palette. There we go. And then for this wall here, I think a mirror here would be really good, like one that's hung up on the wall. Is that hung up on the wall? I can't tell. No, but it's also, and you can't make mirrors smaller, so it doesn't really. We do have this glowing mirror, which weirdly works so well in this room. I might have to get more like neon like lights in here. I'm definitely using that. I think it's because of the roller skating vibe, like neon lights just kind of work a little bit better. Then obviously we've got all of this section above the bed as well. I could put more storage in, but I think then it will start to look a little bit strange. So I think we need probably just like pictures would be really good. I'm picking a lot of stuff from the pastel set, and I do apologize, guys. It's just I've just got this set and it's so cute. So I just like keep feeling like I have to use them because they're just like absolutely adorable. We can try and go for something else though. Like we've got this adorable little cake. What else do we have in the color palette? We've got this, which is kind of cool as well, but I think it's kind of the wrong era for the room. Obviously we do have the pastel set stuff, but it's not really as like soft core as I think the rest of the room is. The rest of the room is actually quite like more like poppy and a bit more energetic. But does that mean that those little skateboards that we saw earlier might work in this room? Let's have a look. Okay, they do definitely work in this room, so I am using these. They are so good. I want to put them like directly in the middle of here. Yeah, they look awesome. I want those in real life. They are so cool. Okay, then obviously we also have this whole side here, which I don't really know what I want to put in. I'm kind of half tempted to just put a window there so that it adds like a little bit more light into the room. Obviously that does mean that the big room that's on the other side of it has to have a window there, which is a bit annoying, but it doesn't have, it's not an outward facing room anyway, so it won't have windows naturally. So it could be good to put a window there. I think I want to go with like my favorite window. I feel like it's weird to have a favorite window, but I definitely do have a favorite window. It's this one from the college set or the high school set. I just think from the other side it looks really nice, and I think it looked quite like, I don't even know, like it looks modern, but it's also really like, I don't even know. From the other side, I'll show you. It's like really nice because of the little boards that it's got, and I don't think a lot of the other ones actually have those. I'm trying to work out where to put it, because if I put it there, it's literally up against that wall, so it doesn't look amazing from the other side. So I might have some window, which is pointing. To be fair, all the ones from this set are really nice as well. Like this one's really cool, and look at those like little bits on top, on the top and bottom of this window. I think I'm just gonna need a smaller window, to be honest. Well, it looks more like a little like tiny dorm from the inside, except for the fact that now it doesn't fit our freaking shelves in. I mean, as an alternative, I can just lift them up, but I don't want to have to do that. I could raise it down, then lift it up one. Yeah, it doesn't look as bad lifted up one. We'll do it that way. But I did kind of want curtains, so I might have to like see if I can add curtains. I don't know if it's going to end up being way crowded though. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think putting a double bed in here would work. I thought it would make it way too small, but I actually really like this. I think it came out looking really good. I don't think there's a chance we're going to be able to get curtains in here though. It's because I think more. Okay, these kind of work. Color is horrible though, so can we change color? Color is not it. I mean, we can. These kind of go. It's not the right purple though. Do them in yellow. There is yellow in that bed. It kind of work. I'll tell you what would make it more work is if we had another yellow thing over here. Like what if we had yellow light? Yeah, that looks cool. Okay, then I think we're pretty much done with that. I'm gonna move on and do the decorating up here, because obviously it definitely needs some decorating there. So for random bits of clutter, I'm just sort of using like little boxes and things that you'd have. You can use like got the little like towel things. Some books would be good as well, I think. Ones that have like book ends on them already. We've got a little thing of perfume that might work. It doesn't really work too well actually. This one works a little bit better. Here you go. This one has bookends. They are very bright though, but I think it's fine. It's fine. We'll put those there. I think there's another one with a bookend of like a rabbit somewhere. I don't know if that's anywhere. This is really cool. I'm going to include that. Actually, I think that looks really good. I don't really know if there's anything else I want. I could just put some like little more towels in there. there. But this is really cute bathroom. I really like it. Okay, cool. I think we're done with this little room. Then we can move on to our next room, which is our last one today. What am I gonna do in this one? Okay, so I think I'm going to do a small dining room. I think that could quite. So let's look at the styles that we've already done. So we've done like a sort of comfy, cottagey kind of. I don't know if you call it cottagey. You know, like cozy kind of style. We've done like a sort of Victorian style. We've done a sort of maybe like 70s kind of cinema. Then we've done a maybe like 80s kind of bedroom. So what could I do for this? I could do a modern one. Modern is okay, but they tend to be quite plain, and I'm not a massive fan of the more like plain rooms. I like them to be really cluttered. But I think it could be cool to mix it up a little bit. It is a very small room though, so I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna fit that around it. What I think I might do, I did a video recently of like different kinds of aquariums, so I could put an aquarium in between two walls, but that does mean I need to use the aquarium in the other room. But I think I'm fine with that. So let's grab one of these more modern aquarium. I think this one will probably work quite well. Then you literally just stick it in the middle of the room like this, then add in a window. I'm pretty sure I used, which window did I use? What? This window is what I used for this one. And then I'm just going to shrink it down, place it directly here, and then you can actually see through the aquarium to the next room. I'm gonna actually make it a little bit lower so you can still see the window in there. So we're just lowering it until that's gone. There we go. So now you can actually see through to the next room. So let's add in our door. I'm gonna put it in the corner again, just so that we have as much space in the middle as possible. So I guess I've gone like white so far, so maybe just like a white and different color room would probably be best. What if we picked like this kind of wallpaper? Is that a bit weird? I don't know if you'd have that in a dining. Definitely go with the more modern color palette. So what would work for that? Like modern style. Ooh, okay. So I know I said I'm modern style, but how cool does this look? Is that a bit extreme? I feel like it might be a bit extreme. Oh, I didn't even need a door to the next room. I have a door to that room. Okay. Well, do I still want that door there? I could just get rid of it, or I could get rid of this one. We'll get rid of that one. That's fine. It kind of works in that room anyway. I do really like this wallpaper in this room though. It's a bit maximalist, but we could have a modern maximalist dining room. I think that would work quite well. Go with a sort of plain floor like this, so it's like tile. We also have like all top section of here to put stuff on, which is exciting. And if we're going maximalist, which was the complete opposite of what I didn't want to do, which is great, because I didn't want this sort of modern dining room to be like quite empty, because this way I can put plants directly on top of here and it looks way better. I'm going to put a plant on both sides there, and then I can put some dining room things in there too. You can't really fit a massive dining table in here, so I think I'm gonna have to go with just like a 1x1 and then 4 chairs. Could actually make it have like this kind of table where it's got a tablecloth on it. There's a square version too. Or I guess if we're going more modern, a glass table will be better. I'm going to go with a glass one. Then chair-wise, I have no idea what I'm going to do with chairs. These ones are quite good. I like these ones. This weirdly feels like a tiny restaurant. I have no idea if you can actually get into some of these chairs though, is the problem. Or if you even get past to get outside. I have no idea. I might actually have to remove maybe that chair, because then at least you can use it, and I'll put it straight up against this little tank here so that you can watch fish while you eat. This kind of feels like an Indian restaurant, mainly just because like they tend to have like these big fish tanks in here, or like some Chinese restaurants, but I think it tends to be like more Indian restaurants have like these big fish tanks and then like quite a clean, like nice looking design. I don't think they tend to have these wallpapers though. Ooh, could put some little like just a little incense just directly on top. There we go, that's cute. Then obviously we do have this entire side as well, but I can't really fit a lot in there. Now that I'm looking though, like this could be moved along a little bit and we could put some more stuff here. I honestly don't really know what we can put there though. Like a menu board or something, or some pictures. They don't really go with the room. I don't even know what this thing is. So we do have obviously like our little menu boards here, so I could put a little menu board up there. This one looks better though. I like this one way more. Okay, I think that's kind of it. I don't really think there's a lot else that I could actually put in here. I could put a fancy light. Let's remove that light. Let's add in a cool looking modern light. This one's quite good. I think it looks a little bit tacky though. Could look a little. Yeah. What about these weird lights? They're kind of cool. We'll go with those ones. I think they look a bit a bit mad, but that's fine. And that is our 5 rooms done for today, guys. I do feel like our rooms are starting to get slightly better as I'm slowly getting better at building. I absolutely love the cinema in this build. I think that it looks really cool and I really wish I had a cinema like this in my house too. I'm also really surprised that we were able to do that double bed in just literally a 3x3. But to be honest, I would also have that bedroom because I think it looks really cool. That being said, I think that this bedroom is definitely my favorite, but let me know in the comments below which room was your favorite. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post shorts daily and I post longer videos every Friday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. I hope that you all have a great evening.